what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder Pilot 6-scale figure. Now I must admit this is easily one of my most anticipated figures of the year, because I originally did have it like a while ago, but I had to kind of cancel it and then I reordered it again. So I am definitely excited about picking this particular figure on up, and this is based on my favorite Star Wars film of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. So now I have like a Luke Skywalker in this particular version, or you can see like the suit. So I'm excited about getting into this particular figure. So here I go. This is the box that contains the Hot Toys Snowspeeder Pilot Luke Skywalker figure. So as you can see, that's how it looks. It has an image of the figure right there on the cover, which I think is pretty cool. They do have the 40th anniversary logo down there too as well, which you can see. And of course you can slide this on off like this. And you have that classic like Kenner style packaging. Yeah, I'm already impressed with this. I think this is pretty cool. I'm definitely excited about this. This is easily like one of my top figures of the year, well, most anticipated figures of the year. So you can see how the figure does look on the side, like, you know, with the accessories kind of and so on. And it does say Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder Pilot 40th Anniversary Collection. And of course you see like an image of him too as well on the back with the inside. It also has like a read up to it. It says Luke leads his royal group of snow speeders against the walkers. He and his team are able to down a walker through clever use of harpoon and tow cable before Luke himself is shot down. He survives a crash landing, though his gunner Dak is killed in the blast. And you can see images of like the figure and stuff and accessories that it has and stuff right there on the side. And of course, you know, you can even do this with these too, because these are like magnetized, so you can kind of open it like this. And you can see like another shot of how it looks on the inside. So yeah, I'm just going to get into this. Now first, as usual, you get your instruction manual from Hot Toys. It's a thick instruction manual too. Now one of the things they've been doing with the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back figures, they have been giving us like these posters, which are like the instruction manual, but it still gives you like a poster right there, which you can see. I think that's pretty cool that they do that. And of course this is all like the instructions and stuff, like on the back on how you assemble Luke. So you have to be sure to check these out, because he has so many different like looks you can do, like as far as like the head sculpt goes. That's pretty cool. Even like the stand, I've been hearing some good things about it. So you gotta be sure to get a good look at this. Okay, now what I want to do is talk about the stand that comes with the Snowspeeder Pilot Luke Skywalker figure. I must admit, this rare I've been hearing some pretty cool things about too. So let me check it out. Cause they have like a Hoth style like stand, like he's like on Hoth for Luke. So I do admit that really is beautiful. You can see how it looks. I see Luke Skywalker name is right down on that side. So I'm sure you can like probably put it like any kind of way you want. Like I'm sure you can turn it around like this. Let me see. Yeah, there you can see like Luke Skywalker's like name right there, so you can know which figure it was. Now, one of the things cool about this, it's like a solid piece of like I guess you could say plastic. You can see how it look underneath, and it just hooks on. I have other Star Wars figures like the Jaguar one with the gunk droid. It has like a piece like this, but it's actually like paper. But whereas this is like a solid like plastic, almost like it's like realistic, you know, it's not, you don't have to worry about it bending up or anything like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Another thing kind of interesting about this too is the way it's designed, because you know you would need that slot right there to peg your stand thing into. But they do have it where it's like covered up like that, so that's kind of odd. Because the only way you can put this particular like rock piece, like snow around it, is it would always be covering that up, so you would have to put it in the front like they did have it. So that's kind of odd. It would cover up Luke's name if you want that to be like this to be in or something. That's kind of interesting that they did that. That seemed kind of out of place, but I still think this is cool and probably one of the coolest stands I have ever seen too, like from my opinion. Now, another thing cool about this, you get different diorama pieces, I guess you could say, well, like bases, like styles for your look. You can have like the Hoff look, then you can have I'm assuming this is like Dagobah. I know right there you would think there's something like smeared on it, but it's actually how the water is like looking. It has like this glossy like look to it, which is kind of cool. That's kind of different from Hot Toys. Then you have like this final layer, which is like the underside of the AT-AT Walker, like when Luke grappled up to underneath it. Because from what I'm hearing, if you look at the back of this, you can take this particular piece and like hang it like on the wall, like where it's upside down like this, and you can have Luke shoot like it's grappling up here, and you can have him like hanging from him. So I think I admit that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that's how this is assembled. So of course, you know, that's one of the problems with this particular piece right here. You would have to cover up the name Luke Skywalker. So that's kind of odd, but I still think it's an awesome base though. Then of course you get this. Now I must admit, I don't really like this kind of style of like the stand. I prefer like the U style stand was like underneath like the crouch. I don't like the waist grabber type kind. But I can actually change that out. Like if I wanted to, I could change it out. So as you can see, that's how that would go into there. And this base is like magnetized too as well. So I think that's pretty cool if you have it like that. Like I said, that's the only problem with it too though, so far as that, you know, it's blocking the name. But I still think that's awesome though. And now for the figure himself. So move some of this stuff out the way. So yeah. You see he has all this plastic on him too. Yeah, I had to remove all this. And yeah, the likeness to Mark Hamill is good on this figure, very good. So I had to remove all this plastic too as well. Okay, there's the Hot Toys Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder pilot 6-scale figure, so I'm going to measure him. And yeah, he's right at 12 inches. So yeah, I must admit I am definitely excited about this particular piece. So if I talk about the articulation and the likeness and so on, it's like Mark Hamill, or you could say Luke Skywalker. Now, the likeness to Luke Skywalker is excellent on this figure. It really does look like Mark Hamill. So I think they did a good job with that as usual. He does like a young Mark too with Luke. He still has his bump right there, like on the side, his jaw, that chin and so on, the eyes. You see how they have this hair sculpted too as well. And I believe this is the same hair sculpt from what I'm hearing from the Return of the Jedi Hot Toys figure, if I'm not mistaken from what I'm hearing. And this is like the stuff that's on him too, like the radios and all that kind of stuff. It's nice getting a good look at these particular things too. Now his suit is like real dirty and like filthy looking. I think that's pretty cool, like welding and so on. That's awesome. So you can see all the details in him. He also has like these pouches all around him too as well, like on his belt. And even this I wasn't too like familiar with. You know, I never really paid too much attention to this holes that's in his pocket, because you can even pull it out. There's even like a wire in it too. And of course you can see these around like his legs and so on, like the harness type stuff. He even has a holster for his blaster too as well right here. These are the shoes he has on. Like I said before, it's kind of awesome getting a good look at these the clothes and stuff that he got on, you know. He even got a spot to hang like his lightsaber too right there as well, so I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm impressed with this. This is awesome. Probably one of my best Star Wars figures in my collection too. Now I know his head can turn left, right. He can kind of look up. It's kind of limited because of this collar. And then he can like look down too as well. So that's pretty cool. There the arms, so you can see how high the arms can go with Luke. He also can split. He has a band in the knee too as well. Double band, as you can see. Double band in the arm. I think it's a double band. Yeah, it looks like it. I think he has a butterfly arm too, or a joint too, if I'm not mistaken. Hands can turn too, of course. Now I've been hearing about them too as well, how they're kind of hard to stay on if you're not careful. So let me see. And Luke can even do like an ab crunch, so you can't even bend them like that in that kind of motion. So he can turn like that. They have like that rock in it. So he has a lot of range of motion like in his feet, so I think that's pretty cool too as well. So yeah, this is really cool. I think this is awesome. Now one of the things I don't like about the stand, like I was mentioning, is you have like the waist grabber type of stand. I'm not like a big fan of these particular stands. I prefer the U style one. Now I want to move on to the accessories, through the accessories that come with the Luke Skywalker figure. So up first, here's like his lightsaber, as you can see. And of course, you know, you can unplug this out. Yeah, come right on out. And then it even has like the loop that hangs from it right there. Because what you can do then, you know, of course, you just take this and you can hook it onto Luke's pouch right here. I kind of do display my Luke Skywalkers like this sometimes, so you can just have it like hanging, you know, like around them like that. That's pretty cool. I do display my Lukes that I do have like that at times, with it hanging like that. But of course, you know, you can do other things with it too. You can take like this wave effect lightsaber, so you just plug it on in. So now you got like a wave, like saber, woo, 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 like when it's swinging it. Of course, we already knew about that though. Now I want to move on through the accessories, and up next Luke gets like his blaster right here too as well. Which you can see, I forget what the name of this particular one is called, but this is how it looks. Awesome looking gun, I think that's so cool. It even has like a scope on it too right there, like a telescope. Awesome looking gun. And of course what you can do with Luke too if you want, because if you look right here, he has like a holster. So you can just take this, and this side they have it like buttoned up too, if I'm not mistaken. Or yeah, you can move that out the way, at that belt. You can take Luke's blaster if you want. And then you just slide it on in here. So it looks like the scope stays out, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay, I think it goes all the way in. But you know, you get the idea how that would kind of look though. Like you can put that on him in this holster. Then up next, Luke has this grappling gun that he used like on the AT-AT, you know, when he went up underneath it. So this is how it looks. And even this can hang to look too as well. It even has like a wire in it so you can bend it. But it has like that particular piece right there where you can like hook it onto like Luke's like belt. So that's kind of cool. But one of the things about it too, it has this right here, which I saw too as well. See how you can like this right is supposed to be like it's shooting out. Cause what you can do is like you can take this right here, like when he shot it underneath the ATST, and there's like the wire for it, and this is like magnetized too as well. This particular piece, it's like magnetized. Kind of you can take it, and I think I can do it on even on the Hoff surface too, and it will stick. I I think that's kind of sticking. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna try it. It looks like you have to remove the those pieces like on those dioramas and attach like the well, this is the one that's built into the stand, like the actual underneath the ATXT. I mean the ATAT walker. Cause now you can see that this was magnetized, and it does stick to it too. Like if you notice it, it does like stick. You can feel like the magnet in it. But it looks like it's only up here at the top part too, like up this at the top part, like around Luke Skywalker's name. That's where the magnet is like strong at. I'm gonna see if I can do it. I'm gonna see if it stays. But yeah, it looks like it's only stronger at where it says Luke Skywalker name there, like up at the top of the base. From what I'm noticing, it's kind of weak back here. It doesn't stick, but like around like where the name is, that's where it really sticks at. So that's kind of interesting. Now I know you have to do this to wind it back up. From what I'm hearing too, you have to wind this back up into here. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, they do have a design where you can actually hang this like upside down. So like I was mentioning, it would be like this, like over Luke, like over his head, and then you can shoot the grappling thing up underneath it. Like it will go right up underneath here. I think that's pretty cool. I also wanted to show like the grappling like hanging on Luke too as well. You can see how that looks on him. And I know I got it on the wrong one because that's the one for the lightsaber. You're supposed to put it on the other one right there, but just giving an example that you can even attach it there, you know. Just giving it an example. Yeah, they can like hang from him. Now up next I want to talk about like the alternate hands that come with Luke. And they do have this tray right here too as well. Okay. So as you can see here are like the hands that come with Luke. So I'm gonna touch on these. Then up now, as you can see, there's our Luke has 6 alternate hands, but he has like a total of like 8 interchangeable hands, like if you count the 2 that are on him. So he has like a left and right glove hand. So this is how these looks. And this is how these are like the same kind of hands, but just left and right. And these are the glove ones. Then you have this particular piece right here. These are like his hand. And you can tell these are like for holding stuff too as well. Then you have like a relaxed hand right here. Then he has a trigger hand. So it looks like he only has one trigger hand. Like for his right hand. So that's kind of interesting. As you can see, I even changed that Luke's hand and gave him like a trigger hand for holding the blaster right here, as you can see. That's pretty cool. I know I haven't probably displayed like this at times. I really am impressed with this. I think this is awesome. Then up next, as I move on through the accessories, you get the lead lit lightsaber arm, where you know you have to change out the battery, but put batteries in here, and you know then you can have this lit up. Cause I don't really use this with my Star Wars like figures, and it is like troublesome. Like putting it together really can be like so difficult. But I must admit, I think it is cool that they do provide us with this particular feature. But I must admit that it is like troublesome, like to assemble, like putting the batteries now. Oh, that could be like very like hard. Then up next, Luke has this thermal detonator too. I think this is the one that he threw like inside the AT-AT, like underneath it, after you grappled up to it. They even got a place for like hanging this on Luke too, I believe. Like if you want, I think you can hang it on there too. So that's pretty cool. And the other things I want to mention that Luke comes with, he comes with the batteries for like the lead lit arm, where you can light up his lightsaber. So you get 3 of those, because they always provide us with the batteries for that, which I think is cool on Hot Toys part. Then of course you get the usual pegs, like if you break it. So I think that's pretty cool too, as well. Next I want to talk about like the helmets that come with Luke Skywalker. You get like his this particular one that he will wear underneath like his hair, like you have to remove like his hair if I'm not mistaken. Then you would put this on. So this is how it looks. It's like a soft like plastic type material or rubberish type material. Cause what you would do is you can take Luke and you can remove like his head. As you can see, it's like magnetized, like his hair. I know the Return of the Jedi has that particular feature, so you can take his hair off. Then I think you would just put this on top of him like this. So let me see if I can really get it right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can see that's how Luke will look with just that on before he puts on his helmet. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now what I want to do too as well is assemble the helmet for Luke, but I want to touch on it too as well. Now this is an awesome looking helmet. Tired, you have like the Rebel insignias on it too as well. That is so cool. And it's so dirty and like filthy looking too as well. And I know the visor is even like you can, it's articulated. You can like push it up, or then you can like bring it back down too as well. So it's like articulated, like Luke can raise his goggles up. And this right here is like the comm link right there that's inside of it too. It also has like this other piece that you would attach to it too as well. So I'm gonna see if I can do this. With the helmet, this is kind of interesting how they did this too. I can't believe they did it this way. You would have to remove like this piece off of it. Then the helmet would like split into two, as you can see. But then what I think you would do is you would take like Luke. So I'm gonna see if I can do it. And I believe I got this on right. And you would just fit these around like Luke's head. So I guess if anything, make sure you have the comm link around his face too as well. So I'm gonna see if I can do it. Then you take like the other piece right here. I guess just squeezing on it, so I'm gonna see if I can it seems to be kind of simple too. It doesn't look too hard. Yeah, cause right there I can see that I do, but I don't know if I really have it. Really there. There's a question I display of Luke like this. That's kind of cool the way they designed this. So as you can see, that's how that he will look under when you have it finally assembled, and then you can like raise the goggles up where they can be like down to as well. Even this mouthpiece, you have to just squeeze it in up under the headset with a helmet, I mean. And of course, like I mentioned before, you can even raise the goggles too, like Luke can raise them up too as well. You can bring them back down, and it's awesome. Now I want to assemble the lead arm. Like I said, these gonna be so difficult to do. So I can show you how it would look with the lightsaber on. So I'm going to try that right now. Now I finally got the batteries in. I just want to show how this look. It's not too darkened, but you can see right there. That's how bright it does get. It's a pretty cool effect though. And like as usual, it's like the light is really just down here. Then you kind of got it up here at the tip. Of course, you know, you just press the switch on once you have the batteries in there. Now I must admit, I'm noticing that I noticed that with the other ones too. I think you can put two batteries in here, two of those batteries in here that they provide you with, and it cuts on. Because it really is just so hard if you're not, you know, to get that third one in. Now I'm trying to wave one. So you can see that's how the wave one looks. So it does have like a decent amount of light. It's like it just fills up to about halfway. Then you see it up here at the top too as well. It's still a cool effect. It's just troublesome to be able to do this, you know. The thing with this too, you will have to remove this particular sleeve that's around like the arm, and then you can get to like the battery compartment. But that really can be like a troublesome thing to do. And like I mentioned, I do notice even like with previous ones, You can 2 batteries are okay. You know, you can put like in like 2 batteries and that would like operate it. Now I want to compare the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder pilot with the Hot Toys Return of the Jedi 6 scale Luke Skywalker figure. So as you can see here, these two. And that's right, this is my first Hot Toys figure too. This Luke Skywalker, my first one. So yeah, I'm just showing these off. And I do believe, I even heard that these are like the same like face sculpts. If I'm not mistaken, it does like the Return of the Jedi look. Looks a little better though, if I'm not mistaken. But they do like they're kind of the same head sculpt. Looks like he's a little older. This particular Mark right here versus Empire Mark. As you can see, they are like they scale pretty good together at the same height. So I'm sure that, you know, they basically are like the same type of figure. Basically, it was like this Luke, you know, Mark Hamill. Yeah, awesome figures too, by the way. Then up next, I want to compare the Hot Toys Star Wars The Last Jedi 6 scale Luke Skywalker figure with these. So as you can see, this was when Luke is like much older, but it's still Mark Hamill, you know. Now I won't compare their faces up close because this is a much older like Luke Skywalker or Mark Hamill, like he's much older. And this is another figure I think is very awesome too as well. I like the look of it, I like the old like aged look. I think that's like cool, you know. Now I want to compare the Hot Toys Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Darth Vader with Luke. So here he is. See, this is how they look like together. But as you can see, this is how Luke looks with like Vader. Like Vader's like so huge compared to him. So and these are both like the 40th anniversary versions of these figures from Hot Toys. Then up next, I want to compare the Hot Toys 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back Lando Calrissian figure with these two. Okay, this is how he looks. And again, these are like the 40th anniversary versions of these figures. Like Hot Toys is celebrating like the 40th anniversary of these particular figures. I do love them too, they're awesome. And now what I want to do is compare the Hot Toys Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary 6 scale Boba Fett figure with these. And he's another one that is so awesome, like the Boba Fett figure. Now again, these are the 40th anniversary versions of these particular figures from Hot Toys, like which celebrates the 40th anniversary of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, like you say, episode 5. So yeah, these are amazing pieces. Now, they have teased that it was like a Leia figure, like for how she was like on Hoth, like in those white clothes, the ones that she wore like on Hoth. So I'm hoping that that one still comes, so you can see images of her like in pictures. I think when they would show the Lando figure, that's when we were able to see her. But I don't know if they're still going to do that, because now, you know, like 40th anniversary, that's been like, what, a couple of years now, so I don't know if Hot Toys are going to still keep doing it. But I know they did the Luke Skywalker figure, you know. And at that point, Empire Strikes Back was like, what, 42 years old? And we still got that particular figure this year. But yeah, these are some awesome figures, though. Okay, that's the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder Pilot 6 scale figure. This is an amazing figure. This is easily one of my top figures of the year. And this is based on my favorite Star Wars film of all time too as well. Yeah, I'm a huge Empire Strikes Back fan too as well. Now, I did originally have this release like on pre-order before it was like released. But then I had to like cancel it, but then I reordered it again, so I'm glad that I finally was able to pick up this particular piece or whatever. So yeah, this is easy part of my best Star Wars based figures that I do have. Like the likeness to Mark Hamill or Luke Skywalker, I think it's pretty good on this figure too. He has a nice amount of accessories. I like the weathering and stuff on his clothes. Even the stand that they have, I like how Hot Toys has made like the stand, where it's like kind of like magnetized and it has like the snow effect on it, which isn't like paper. It's actually like a solid hard plastic, and I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I think that was awesome how they did that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this particular figure, especially if you're a fan of this particular version of Luke Skywalker, or even just the Empire Strikes Back. And I'm hoping that there are going to be more figures, because I would like to see like a Han Solo 40th anniversary, like a Chewbacca. You know, I would like to see versions of what figures based on what 40th anniversary versions based on those particular like, you know, characters basically. So yeah, I know we had like a tease for Leia. You can see her like in her, I think, the white clothes that she was wearing like on Hoth, if I'm not mistaken. But that figure hasn't been like revealed or anything like that yet. So I don't know if they're still going to be doing that. But you can see like an image of her in some of those pictures for the I think Lando Calrissian figure, if I can remember correctly. But anyway, this is an awesome and superb figure. So this is the Hot Toys Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder Pilot 6 scale figure. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. Dun, 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 dun.